Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Throwing on second and long. Jackson, and this one complete to Seth Roberts. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Watch the safety creep. 66. At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got Snead. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 25-yard line. First carry now for Justice Hill. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. From the 17, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a second and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 47-yard line.
On second down, Elliott. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. to be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Oh, look at this play call. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Justice Hill. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11.
Mike 35. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back down the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson dancing to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
35's the back.
Now it's Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 19 yards away as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, but it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. Jackson on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
He can't hang. They're going to 52. Check.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 60 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
That's it. 35 the mic.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
From the gun, Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Check safety. Watch the ship.
They go to Elliott again. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Forbath, the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one taken from the 7.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Mike 35, Mike, let's go. Check time.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And you would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the All-Pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. 5 players named to the All-Pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and rightly so. And I fully expect him to be named the MVP when we get to NFL honors right before the Super Bowl. He's going to sweep all of those, and he deserves it. Carried that team throughout the season and got better in their bigger games.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st down, Cowboys.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
46. You got tape. We're going to 54. 1 Switch. Undercut. We're going to 54.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
There we go. 4-8. Then we're going to 53. There we go. Kill.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Again, it's Elliott. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
You certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Now Prescott on 4th down. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Jackson looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A little jet sweep to start the drive, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, kill. Go, get out there. Come on, 26.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try again with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
We got this.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 72 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. But that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Prescott, a quick throw caught by Cooper. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first down carry by Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott finding room inside the 40. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 52 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And he is into the end zone again, so get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This will be taken very short. Fights him off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Don't get nervous. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Check 24, check 24.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. To throw is Jackson, throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Under 10, under 10.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Come on now. He's checking. 26.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
47.
Throwing here, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Done.
To throw is Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the cover.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we're going to make the 48 right now.
Here we go. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
I'm coming.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
You gonna see me?
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the